Y'all, what was this? Are they like switching out the writers or something? Like, what was this episode? Anyway, it's your girl Duchess. I'm back with another review for Sisters. So we're just going to get into it. Let's go. So Danny and Tony are in the office, and of course Danny is meeting the wife for the first time. So they pick up where we left off with last episode. Danny used to see how well they get along, that it's not awkward at all. They're like really good friends, and it's obvious it's a little too close for comfort for her. So as we suspected, her insecurities are showing, and they have a date tonight. They are supposed to go to the movies. At first, Tony is about to reschedule because he forgot. I'm sorry. They have their date tonight, and Tony was going to take the kids to the movies. So just as he's about to reschedule, the ex-wife says, I can babysit. I can take the kids to the movies tonight. I need to spend time with them, blah, 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 blah. And it's a win, but Danny's in her feelings. Sabrina is planning Karen's baby shower. She and Pam are working together planning the baby shower. Maurice joins them with his funny sometimes self. This time, not so funny. Anyway, he joins them. He and Pam bond a little bit, and she asked him to be a ambassador for her brand, and he agrees. They do what they're gonna do for that moment for the baby shower. Pam has somewhere to go, so she leaves, and it's just Maurice and Sabrina finishing up. And as soon as she leaves, Maurice is being shady about Pam. Her personality is too big for him. It can only be one diva or one over the top person. Whatever, Maurice. I am not with the smiling in your face, talking behind your back kind of thing. Like, that's so shady to me, but whatever. Danny calls Sabrina. Sabrina give her the business because she is supposed to be there helping her with the baby shower, and Danny's not that interested. She's dealing with her insecurities by making sure her Hello Kitty is nice and waxed, because now she's in competition with this wife. I told y'all they were gonna do this to her, and I don't like it. Like, she already getting on my nerves, and I like Danny. Now, don't get me wrong, there is absolutely nothing wrong with her maintaining her Hello Kitty, getting ready for the date night for her dude, right? What I don't like is that she's doing it because she noticed that this lady is so right and tight. That's what I'm getting at. But Aaron is working out, and this time he is surprised by Zach. Zach wants to have a talk, and he's waving the white flag. They should not have issues. I totally agree with you, Zach. They hash out their things. So Zach takes one for the team and asks Aaron about the ex-wife voluntary exit. And surprisingly, Aaron doesn't get defensive. He's annoyed that Zach always bring that up, but he handled it well. Aaron is working really hard to let me know that I need to be in therapy because I don't recognize a healthy man. But yeah, I still got my eye on him. I like that their relationship is normalizing given the situation, and they're acting like healthy adult men and not at each other's throats. That makes so much more sense. So shout out to Zach and Aaron. Y'all, tell me why Andy is acting so scared and jumpy. Like, I get that she's curious as to why she's meeting this FBI agent at a peculiar place. But why is she acting like her life is in danger? Like, you're meeting the FBI. You're not meeting Gary. That didn't really flow to me. I was like, girl, calm down. You in the safest spot if somebody's gonna do something. Anyway, Penelope is alive. Penelope is alive, and she is in witness protection, and she gonna get Gary. I'm so sorry she lost the baby. I'm not mad at that, y'all. I'm not mad at that at all. I was surprised. We did not see what they did, what happened with her, and I like that they left it open like that. This gives room to turn up the heat with the drama with Gary and stop his foolishness. The question is Andy going to be able to keep this a secret from Jordan? I think she has to, but given how much heat she got, from keeping the last things with her, the last things about, Penelope and Gary and the dangers of Gary, she may just tell Jordan, and she might tell him in one of those spaces, because Gary has the places bug, so we'll see if she can hold it. I don't think she can, but the writers played us, y'all. And I'm glad they did. Let's go. Karen and Pam are talking business at the salon. Karen is not that impressed with her plan with social media and all of that. But, they also catch up about the date. Karen seems supportive of that. She doesn't seem jealous at all. Go, Karen. Karen is, she's pleasant. She's pleasant, and she's being a friend to Pam, and I like that. In walks Trey. Trey was thinking about her. He comes over to give her some business advice. I like that. Trey may be good. I mean, I'm being very premature, but I like that. I like that he came by. I like that he was thinking about her, and I like that he has suggestions to help elevate her business. Pam is also smitten, of course. It don't take much for Pam. And clearly it don't take much for me either. Because I'm smitten too, girl. Anyway. Meanwhile, Haden and Fatima are back at the office, getting on each other's nerves. As usual, they're like oil and water. Rightfully so, given their history. Haden is talking mad trash, and he doesn't realize Marie is right behind him. Baby, Marie is hot. She is beyond not happy. Their first arbitration sucked. She was painted as a tyrant, abusing employees or something like that. Something about Marie tells me that there may be some truth to that, but anyway, that's not how she wants to be portrayed, and that does not look good for her in these divorce proceedings. And she is this close to firing the team. And where is Andy? She want her to. In walks Andy, being all apologetic. Marie don't want to hear that. Haden is throwing Andy under the bus. Andy does the same thing. Maria holds them both accountable and tell them to get it together and get it together. Like now. Because she can be spending her money somewhere else. They better get it together, honey, because Maria ain't playing. And she makes that very clear as she exits stage left. So Fatima and Andy catch up. Fatima lets her know that things are better at home. Her and Zach are going to hire a nanny. And she's enjoying seeing little Michael grow. I got his name right, y'all. I got his name right. And I'm happy for them because I am rooting for Fatima and Zach. If you guys have not noticed that already, I'm rooting for them. Andy realized she's supposed to be helping Sabrina plan this baby shower. She calls Sabrina. Sabrina give her the business too. She realized everybody got things to do and they're all busy, and on brand, Sabrina's like, we need to show up for Karen. And I can't be mad at either of the ladies because I get both sides of it. I do love their communication style though. They're hearing each other out. They're understanding each other. But before I can get all into my feelings about the sisterhood, Sabrina's boo shows up at the door and Sabrina has to She has to get out the phone. Child, this man is at the door with his penis out. Okay, it wasn't really out, but they didn't waste any time. They was about to get to the business until he asked about the birth control. Like, are you still taking your birth control? Wait a minute, what? So I have confusion. If she's doing her fertility treatments, would she be doing birth control? Wouldn't it be kind of counteractive? I mean, I don't know. Any nurses down in the chat? I do have a strong clinical background, but I'm just like, why would you be expecting for her to be taking birth control when you know that he's aware that she's doing the fertility treatments? Anyway, Sabrina is turned off. She kind of gets defensive, like, I don't need you for this process, so what are you tripping about? I don't really understand why she reacts the way that she does. But I don't have any judgment for her because I'm not, like, I didn't really understand why she was so upset. So much as so to put him out. Yeah, that confused me a little bit. But again, I don't have any judgment there. Sabrina is, her rope and her patience is very short. I'm noticing that. And I'm wondering if she got pregnant yesterday. Tyler Perry timing being, he just do what he want to do with the timing. Or it could be the fertility stuff. But they don't get their rocks off this night, honey. She puts him out. You know what else is puzzling? Maurice's irritation with his booze. So he comes home and the guy has, made himself at home and made things comfortable. I think he even cooked dinner. And Maurice freaks out, says he needs his space. He don't like that he touched his things or whatever. And he put him out. I'm like, what was that about? So Haden is kissing up to Marie. He makes promises and that he is going to get her everything and more on this case. Like, he is positioning himself to be the lead person. And it works. Marie softens up a bit and, she asked him, how much does he know about marriage or has he been married before? And it's still going to say for a hot second, so you're still married. And when you just telling Gary that you starting to feel old girl, but, you're not sure if she feel the same way. Like, now you was just married for a hot second, you're not even married anymore. Boy, y'all ninjas, and they'll switch up in a second. And oh my heavens, Miss Marie more than apology, and should I say Grandma Marie, because that's how I'm seeing her in this moment. She wants some Peter, and I'm gonna be sick. Like, he gonna give it to her. Sir, this lady is old enough to be your grandmother. Oh, this is just, what is going on with these writers? Like, last week it was Gary doing his winker while he talking to this guy on the phone, and this week we gonna put the grandma in I just cannot. But that's where they are, gearing to do some horizontal poking. Y'all, that scene should have came with a trigger warning. I promise you, oh my goodness, I did not need to see that. Zach and Fatima are saving the day, saving my stomach. Thank you, goodness. They're doing some struggle interviews for the nannies, but they do find one. She seems to be a perfect fit. I'm so glad for them. Jordan, on the other hand, is back at his space doing some stress drinking, and I don't blame him. And his assistant is with him. They're supposed to be drinking together, but it doesn't look like he is participating. Maurice is over at the bar. He's stress drinking, pretending to be stressing about his boo and how frustrated he is about him being nice. But apparently he is freaked out because he's being nice, and his trauma of being taken advantage of by Q has sort of resurfaced, and that is his issue. But I mean, I guess Maurice need a storyline, but Maurice, that was your doing. It's not like you and Q were dating. They weren't dating. It was clear that he was using him, and Maurice was fine with him using him, and it was clear the red flags about him were there from the beginning. He just chose to ignore them. Like I said, I guess he need a storyline, but I guess. Anyway, he need to have a conversation with him and tell him about his ex. Q was not his ex, but Q could show up any day back from jail or whatever. So I guess this is interesting. We'll see where that goes. Low key, I can really do without Maurice and his storyline, but I mean, I'm not gonna do the guy like that. I'm just saying, I'm not that entertained. Danny and Tony are back from their date, and Tony's ready to end the date on a high note, and Danny is in her feelings about this ex-wife and her presence, that she's staying at his mom's house. I told y'all this was gonna annoy me. Like, maybe it's just me. I would see that there is an issue if he was staying at his house. I'm sorry, if she was staying at his house with the kids, but that she's staying with his mom, and like, do you really expect for this lady to not be? I don't know. I mean, she was his wife. They have kids together. Like, it's not unnatural for, it's just not, I don't think it's unnatural for there to still be some semblance of a family unit, especially when they have small children. And her staying at the mom's house, you haven't met the mom, and y'all are still kind of new. So I guess I can stop my campaign of this guy isn't good for Danny. Danny just don't need to be in a relationship right now. For real. This is going to be a mess. And I don't want to see her in this light. I've already said that I don't want you guys to click off. I want you to finish listening to this review. So I'm just going to digress there. But that's where they are. And he reassures her and all is well. They go on with their night. But we know Danny, this is just going to keep being an issue till, it ain't. Meaning, they're not. That's my theory. Jordan is back at his condo. He is talking to the assistant. He's having his drinks. And he's talking about, that basically Andy may be the one. He didn't say it in those words. But, he's back on the I love Andy train. And she calls. Speaking of her, she calls. So he stepped aside to talk to her. His sweet talk to her just seemed odd. Meanwhile, the assistant is spiking his drink, as I may have mentioned. It's getting late. But he's spiking his drink. Jordan ends the call. He comes back. He takes a big gulp, and within seconds, he needs some water. He may have had too much to drink. And the assistant is just kind of watching him. He's not even pretending to move and try to assist him. And he falls out. And the guy comes over and drags him by his feet. And yeah, that's the end of the episode. Why are they drugging Jordan? Why y'all think Garrett drugged him? What are they gonna do? Does Gary still, I guess Gary still thinks that Penelope is missing, or that she may be hurt somewhere or something, and or as we see, Gary comes up on Andy as she's in the parking lot. So maybe, it's something with that. I can't keep up. It's like we're switching out writers. The storylines are pivoting. Like, I mean, they're pivoting, and it could be in a good way, but it certainly doesn't feel like it. What do you guys think about this episode? I did the best that I could with this review. I was not impressed. I'm waiting for some more heat, and that's not what this was. But what the hell is up with Haden? He gonna need therapy. He gonna be right on the couch next to me. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I so appreciate you, of course. Thank you. Y'all, we're at over 100 subscribers. I'm excited. It's your girl Duchess, and I'm out.